Alright, I just want to do a quick video on A Book in Every Home. A Book in Every Home was a book published by ED, self-published by ED, back in 1936. A lot of mystery that surrounds this book. For one, we don't know when ED stopped selling this book. But it's believed that he stopped selling this book after he moved from ED's place, ED's original place. Another mystery is the book that he is holding in the cover of A Book in Every Home. This is the one that he published. Within this cover, we have a photo of ED's place. This is ED's original place, and Ed is standing on the porridge bowl. Ed is holding A Book in Every Home with a different cover within the cover. Where did this book end up? I'm sure there was a handful of people that actually got to see this book in physical form. Something that I did notice is there's a photo that was put out, or it came out years later, and I always thought that this photo was an older Ed holding up the same book, and I thought he was at Rock Gate. I always thought Ed was standing at his tower at Rock Gate, standing at the base. But then I started looking, and there's no way Ed could have been standing at the base of his tower, because there's always been stones down here. He's always had a garden there and stones across there. But I did try and match the wall and everything behind him, and there was no match in here. Believe it or not, what I did match and this is not easy to see due to scale and everything, but I do believe that what we are seeing is the other side of the crescent moon. And if I would have done the scale proper and everything, you would see down in here, and the different patches of stone tend to match up. You look at Ed's height. This is where Ed would be standing, but he'd be here and holding the book. As far as I can tell, it is an exact match. And if this is an exact match, this means that Edward Leedskalnin took photos of this book while Ed's place was still there. This could have been after 1936, but it was definitely before Ed moved that he took these photos. I wonder if this is some sort of a clue. Ed is standing on this side of the crescent, we're looking east, and then Ed is on the back side of the crescent, and we are looking west. Another thing that I did notice is these books appear to be different. If we look at this book here, we see some sort of a manor or house. We assume this is the entranceway. These are windows, pillars. Down here appears to be a walking path going up to the building. If we look in this other photo, notice how clear this path is down below. It appears that this is a different cover. See how clear it is down below here? And then we get into this one, and it's not so clear down below. As far as I can tell, A Book in Every Home is still written the same way on that book. Check that out. So this is from this book in every home here that Ed put out to the public. This is this tiny a book in every home that he is holding. If you go beside it, this is the book in every home that Ed is holding here in this photo. It's not due to photo quality or anything. It is almost like Ed is showing us that there is two different covers to this book. He's showing us two different covers. What do you guys think? Because those look totally different at the bottom. A lot of other stuff matches at the top. But they do appear to be different. What kind of clue might Ed be saying here? And where did these books go? There was a time in Ed's life where he actually had an accidental fire in his living quarters, and it said that he actually bought an expensive mattress to sleep on, but an oil lantern knocked over and burnt all sorts of his stuff, and he said all sorts of years of research, he said, got burnt up. It is possible this book got burnt up at that time. If this book ever made it to Rock Gate, when Ed had the fire up in here, possibly it burnt up in that fire. And there was also the time back at Ed's place when Ed got beaten up and some things were stolen from him. That is another point in time where possibly this book disappeared. Of course, the other possibility is that the book survived and somebody has it in their closet right now and they don't even know what they have. Did Ed publish this in 1936? It says he published it in 1936, and I think the evidence that we have here is Ed certainly had this book before he left Ed's place. When did Ed move? He moved 1939 or something out of there? Or he was almost all moved out of there by 1939, I'd have to look. But it truly seems Ed is showing us two different covers of a book in every home. And he's hinting at something. Another thing is, nobody knows how many copies were sold of a book in every home. Nobody knows how much money was made from it. It's speculated in Andrei Stavros' book, Corallo Pills, that perhaps Harry also grabbed copyright from Evaldus and thus royalties for Ed's booklet, The Book in Every House and Magnetic Current. For more than 50 years, both of Ed's books have been published in significant editions, as tourists who have visited Coral Castle have been too keen to buy Ed's unusual writings. Maybe Ed's books made many hundreds of thousands of dollars. By now, I'm sure. But like I said before, I don't think Ed was selling a book in every home when he moved into Rock Gate. That's when he started working on his magnetic current and all that. And he did the pamphlet, and the pamphlet did not include a book in every home, did it? Not that I know of. So a book in every home was kind of a separate project. And as I've always said, look into Ed's face, and Ed is really trying to tell us something. He is saying, think, look, see, think. So as far as I can tell, for sure, both these photos were taken at Ed's place before Rockgate Park was made, before Ed moved. It appears that there's two different covers of a book in every home. Where is the original A Book in Every Home? I personally believe that any of the books that contain photos in the back were not the original A Book in Every Home. The edition that Ed put out, I don't know if it contained any of those pictures in the back, or any specs for that matter. It wouldn't have contained the specs because Rockgate didn't even exist in 1936. So somebody must have an original sitting in their closet in a drawer somewhere in the attic in the basement. There's got to be an original A Book in Every Home that Ed actually gave or sold to somebody. Unfortunately, nobody's ever seen one, which is very strange. And then to find any of these copies that Ed is actually physically holding in the photos, could you imagine what those would be worth, honestly? Get that original A Book in Every Home. It was not long after Ed passed away that all these books came back into print. And I believe the books that came back into print are the ones that we have now. Why has nobody seen an original one of A Book in Every Home? Or Magnetic Current? Have we seen the original Magnetic Current? We can't be sure. But that's really all I have for now on that. I just found it very interesting that Ed very well may be holding two different covers. Nobody knows where the original Book in Every Homes are. Looking west. Ed in this photo looking where we are looking east. Another neat thing I noticed is the way Ed did the printing on here. It looks like the letters are stood up against the moon fountain. It's kind of neat. It gives it a 3D effect down there. Interesting. I think that's all I have for now. I hope everybody has a great day, and thank you for all your time.